It's my humble request, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch the video till the end to support my channel. Your support means a lot for us. Imagine a nation so modern, so advanced, so influential, yet heading straight toward extinction. By the year 2100, South Korea's population could shrink so dramatically that its culture, its economy, and even its existence as a nation could be at risk. Today, South Korea holds the lowest birth rate in the world. Entire schools are shutting down, villages are disappearing, and experts warn if nothing changes, South Korea could face a future where its population simply vanishes. But how did it come to this? And can South Korea stop the countdown to its own extinction? Let's start with the shocking numbers. In 2024, South Korea's fertility rate fell to 0.72 children per woman. For context, a healthy population needs 2.1 children per woman to stay stable. At this rate, South Korea's population could drop from 51 million today to less than 30 million by 2070, and just a fraction of that by 2100. Think about it. A nation that was once rebuilding from the ashes of the Korean War has now reached the point where it may not have enough people to survive into the next century. So why aren't South Koreans having children? There isn't one single reason. It's a perfect storm of economic pressures, cultural shifts, and social expectations. Skyrocketing housing costs, buying an apartment in Seoul can cost millions of dollars. For young couples, owning a home before marriage feels impossible. Intense work. Culture South Korea has one of the longest working hours in the developed world. People spend so much time at work, they simply don't have the energy or time for family life. Changing gender roles, women in South Korea are more educated and independent than ever. But marriage in traditional Korean culture often comes with heavy expectations, raising children, managing family, caring for in-laws. Many women are choosing freedom over marriage, decline of marriage and dating. A growing number of young Koreans are choosing to stay single. The Sampo generation, a term meaning giving up three things, refers to those giving up on dating, marriage, and children altogether. Combine all this, and you get a society where having kids feels more like a burden than a dream. Now here's where it gets even more shocking. The South Korean government knows about this crisis. In fact, they've been trying to fix it for decades. Since the early 2000s, South Korea has spent over $200 billion on programs to boost the birth rate. Cash incentives for newborns, housing subsidies for families, extended maternity and paternity leave, even matchmaking services sponsored by local governments, but none of it has worked. In fact, the birth rate kept falling. Why? Because money doesn't fix culture. Young people don't just need cash. They need affordable housing, better work-life balance, and a society where raising kids isn't overwhelming. Until that changes, most couples simply won't take the risk. If nothing changes, South Korea is on a dangerous path. By 2070, nearly half the population will be over 65 years old. That means a shrinking workforce, collapsing pension systems, hospitals overwhelmed by elderly care, entire rural regions turning into ghost towns. Even the military, the backbone of South Korea's defense against North Korea, could face critical shortages of soldiers. Imagine a country with advanced technology, tall skyscrapers, and global influence, but not enough people to keep it alive. Some experts even warn that by the year 2200, South Korea could lose 70–80% of its population, essentially becoming a dying nation. South Korea isn't just any country. It's a global powerhouse in technology, culture, and economy. Think about it. Samsung, Hyundai, LG, South Korea's brands are everywhere. K-pop, K-dramas, and Korean movies dominate global culture. The nation is a key ally in Asia's balance of power. But what happens when the workforce shrinks? When there aren't enough engineers, doctors, or even entertainers? The economy could stall. Global supply chains could be shaken, and the cultural wave of K-pop might one day fade. Not because of lack of interest, but the question remains. Is South Korea truly on the path to extinction, or can it be saved? There are possible solutions. Immigration, bringing in workers from abroad, though South Korea has traditionally resisted large-scale immigration. Cultural shifts, redefining marriage and family roles to make parenting more balanced and fair. Work reforms, shorter hours, flexible jobs, and better childcare support. Changing mindsets, moving from a culture of extreme competition to one that values family and personal life. It won't be easy, but without radical change, South Korea may become the first modern nation to face population collapse. South Korea has always been a survivor. From the devastation of war to becoming one of the world's richest nations in just a few decades, its story is nothing short of a miracle. But now, the battle isn't against invaders or poverty. It's against time itself. The question is, will South Korea find a way to save its future? Or are we witnessing the slow countdown to a nation's extinction? Only time will tell.